Good morning, first grade. For class today, please make sure that you have this worksheet right here, grammar statements, where we have to correct each statement. Make sure you have that, and also make sure that you have a pencil today. Today, what we're actually going to be doing is using the back side of our sheet right away. So make sure that you have this sheet, flip it to the back side, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Today, we have a couple of sentences that we need to look and make sure that they're statements and make sure that they are done correctly. So let's go ahead and take a look. Bill will tap and tap. Remember that our sentences need to have a capital letter, they need to have a period, and the sentence needs to make sense. So, Bill will tap and tap. Does Bill will tap and tap start with a capital letter? No, it doesn't. Does it have an end mark? Does it have a period? No, it doesn't. So we need to make sure that we rewrite our sentence. And when we rewrite our sentence, we need to make sure that it starts with a capital B for Bill. So go ahead and you're rewriting the sentence. Make sure you start with capital B for Bill. Make sure you have space in between each of your words. Bill will tap and tap. And make sure that you have that period at the end of your sentence. We're going to move on to number 2. If you are not done with the first sentence, go ahead and pause and then go ahead and hit play again when you are ready. Number 2, he sees the big cat. Does our sentence make sense? Yes, it does. Do we have a capital letter? Ooh, no, we don't. He sees the big cat. Do we have a period here? No, we don't have that either. So now we're going to need to rewrite our sentence again. We need to start with a capital H for he. He sees the big cat. I need to make sure that I have a period at the end of my sentence. He sees the big cat. All right, friends, when you are done with that, you are going to then flip your paper over to the front side and go ahead and make sure that your name is on this paper. When your name is on this paper, we are going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to do a few of these together. Okay, now that you are back on the front side with me, I'm going to make sure that my name is on the paper, just like yours was. And we're going to go ahead and look at what it says on our paper today. It says, a statement begins with a capital letter, and a statement ends with a period. What we need to do is we need to correct each of these statements. So we're going to go ahead and look at number 1. It says, Tip is my cat. That sentence makes sense, but it's missing something, isn't it? It's missing a period at the end of our sentence. We want to go ahead and put a period at the end and circle it so that you know that that's the mistake that you need to fix. Now, we need to rewrite the sentence. We need to rewrite it exactly how it is with a capital T for tip and a space in between each of my words. And I also need to make sure that I put a period at the end of my sentence. Go ahead and make sure that you have a capital T for tip. Make sure that you've got a space in between each of your words, and make sure that you have a period at the end of your sentence. No other letter except for the T in tip should be capitalized. Also, notice how my words are written on my line. They're not all over the place up here. They're real nice and straight. Make sure that yours looks like that too. We're going to also do number 2 together. So if you're not quite done with number 1, go ahead and make sure that you pause to finish and then meet back up with us pushing play for number 2. Number 2 says, he ran up and down. Now that is a statement, it does make sense, but remember what else we need. A statement begins with a capital letter and a statement ends with a period. So do we have a capital letter to start our sentence? No, let's circle that so we remember we have to fix it. Do we have a period at the end? No, so let's go ahead and put a period and circle it so we know we need to fix that too. Okay, So now we need to rewrite the sentence. We're rewriting it just how it is, except for we need a capital H for he. And we need to make sure we have a period at the end. Make sure that you give yourself a finger space in between each of your words. Okay, capital H for he. He ran up and down, period at the end of your sentence. Notice how my word ran, it is all sitting between the dotted line and the bottom line. You'll notice that in up, that P has to start at the dotted line, but it goes down below the bottom line. Okay, you'll notice that in and, the D goes all the way up to the top line. Same thing with down. But the rest of the letters go between the dotted line and that bottom line. And then my period sits right above that bottom line. First grade, we've done numbers 1 and 2 together. Your job is to make sure you do 3, 4, and 5 on your own. When you're done, please go ahead and make sure that this goes back into your folder so that it's ready to be corrected at the end of the week. Okay, this is your homework for today. Make sure you've watched the whole video through and not just skip, because remember, there were some things that I asked you to do on the back side of it again today, weren't there? All right, make sure that it's all done.